Okay, good morning, everyone. This is draw four of the Crystal Snowflake. Nate Home here on the mic, and I'll just go through the teams and what we have this morning. So, on sheet A, we have Team Maldowney from Nutmeg. So we have Dan Maldowney, Patty Bowman. Who's out there today? Because they have a team of five. Julie Pasno and Jane Murray at lead, and then Karen Sharon is their fifth, but she's not playing in this game. And they are playing Team Kauser. Again, apologies if I pronounced that wrong. From North End Curling out of Boston. So, again, apologies for names. I think it's Heba Kauser is at skip. Rachel Hibbard is at vice. Caitlin Finton at second. And I think it's Hannah Lander at lead. And again, I've kind of taken photos of the team sheets, and some of the snowflakes are covering them. So, and then we have on sheet B, we have Cape Cod Crystals, which is from Cape Cod, Jennifer Stannard, Debs Sawaka, Kathy Offinger, and Christine Kraus. And they are playing Ice Ladies from Nutmeg Curling Club, which is Sandy Black, Laura Bennett, Aaron Weidman, and Kristen Holm. And then on sheet C, we have the Ice Princesses, which is from Belfast Curling, and it's Anne Kirkpatrick, Cheryl Pesky, Anita King, Sharon Besso, and they are playing another Cape Cod team, Abra Cadabra. Oh, I like that name. From Cape Cod as well. Maura McCarthy at skip, Patty Oakley at vice, Kathy Maloney at second, and Tracy Fraze at lead. And again, apologize for pronouncing any of those names wrong. I am not a name person. I am in my days as teaching. I pronounce a lot of kids' names wrong, so I always apologize to them, and I apologize to the ladies for any name I have mispronounced. So, let's get to the action. So we'll start again left to right. I will go sheet A. Not sure who quite has hammer here yet. Yellow is delivering rock. Red has rock and play in the house. And there's a tap up in the wrong color there. And it might go through the house though. Is possibly biting. So red might be line 2 now. Sheet B, yellow has a rock and play, which is Sandy Black's team, and it just got clipped. So they are now still line 1. And then on sheet C, it looks like 1, 2. So red has hammer on sheet C. I can see that because they're right in front of me. They are currently lying shot with hammer. Yellow has counter top 12 that red is trying to remove. Yellow, so go back to, so that kind of taps up, and actually that is tapped up possibly on C for shot rock. So yellow now, I believe, let me look at the overhead. Yep, yellow is now actually sitting 1. It's close, but yellow now is actually sitting 1. But red does have that kind of angle raise now that they can kind of get rid of that yellow. So we have another takeout that is a little bit narrow on sheet B. So Sandy now can put something up. So red has hammer, so Sandy does not. So again, if Sandy puts up something top 12, just a little bit across, covering those two rocks, and that could be a good spot. Again, button still 4-foot will still be open, but there'll be pressure on that. 2 or 3 rocks will be in play. Yep, she's calling for top 12, so if it goes there, she'll have 3 rocks counting. This looks really nice. Just needs to bite a little bit. Sweepers are off it. Sandy's now just going to finish it over. Yeah, perfect spot. I like that a lot. Really kind of gives coverage of the shot rock there. She really has to go, Jennifer really has to go after one of those shots, because she doesn't and misses, or misses a draw, then they could go top 8 and really kind of shut down his end. But again, force is on for at this point. Still 3 rocks remaining for red. A lot could change in 3 rocks, but great start there by Sandy Black. Going back to sheet A, there's a rock in motion. Yellow might clip off their own, and it's there. It's still going to hang around. So yellow is line now 2 on sheet A with hammer. So yellow has hammer on sheet A at the moment. Red has hammer on sheet B, and red has hammer on sheet C currently. Where are we going to go? Short. Sheet A has a rock in motion. Diane is calling for a tap up or slight angle raise. I mean, it's close to a tap up. It's right down the middle. It could be a straight draw. Well, it turns out to be a straight draw. Slightly heavy, and second shot though. So yellow currently just line 1 on sheet A. Sandy Black is about to throw her first skips rock to try and remove the shot rock. Well, not shot rock. Possibly shot rock, actually. No, it's not. So she's still line 2, but that is dangerous stone, definitely for sure, to be tapped up and be covered. So she's just trying to remove it, which she is doing. A little roll to the side, which is fine. They were afraid it was going to roll over and jam, so they did call the sweep. I think they would have been fine, and it would have punched through and actually left something. But it's still okay. She got rid of it again. Most red can score now is 2. But house is pretty much wide open, no guards in play. Force is on, and definitely, again, if depending on what happens here and Sandy gets a good shot, there could be a steal possibility. Going back to sheet C. Actually, I'll stick with sheet B because it rocks in motion. There is a rock coming down. They're trying to corner freeze onto there. And almost a corner freeze. Short rock. Pretty hard to remove. There's a little small hole there that really Sandy's got to punch it through. So she's got to throw like maybe control weight, hack weight. Just come across the face a little bit and punch it through without hitting either yellow. It's there, but it's a tough shot. But I know Sandy definitely has that shot in her, so it's all on the sweep call. I like kind of going this way because then you've got 2 ways. If you're kind of wide, you peel it a little bit and it goes across, and you roll out. You still line 2. You've got a good chance of avoiding hitting that top one, and if you hit the back one and roll out and still lie, possibly 2, you're okay. Diane's first shot is underway without hammer. She's facing 2, it looks like, again. They are sweeping, trying to go for the tap. Kind of hits on the inside of the rock, and oh no, they're line 3. Sorry. So north end is line 3 on sheet A. I cannot see the back rock. Sandy shot is away on sheet B. Sweepers are on it. This is going to be good. That's a really nice shot. That's okay. Again, it clips it, but they're line 3 again. The force is on. I mean, all they have to do at the moment is draw full 8. Or even biting 8, I think, will get them one. They do have backing on that back one, but would not be shot, so this is quite a pressure shot here already on sheet B. But again, a force is totally fine. They're sweeping a little bit. They're on, off, on, off. It's coming up light. I think it's going to... Is it going to bite? Is it going to bite? Oh, no, they got it there. I thought for a second it was coming up a little short. They kind of were on, off with the sweep, and then it still had enough glide at the end. Sheet C. Red is lying 1, I believe, with out hammer. Sorry, I got that wrong. I think I said that red did have hammer, but yellow does, so. Oh no, sorry. I was right. They just picked the wrong rock up. So red is hammer on sheet C. The skip just got the wrong rock color out. Again, probably was playing with that color yesterday and just got used to it. So red does have hammer lying 1. Yellow is going for kind of combination of taps here. There's a couple possibilities. They're now kind of on the more central one. It made contact, but it does not get in there, and it does not tap up red. So red still lying 1 on sheet C with hammer. Diane's second shot is away. Oh, it looks really nice. If it's going to get by. Oh, unlucky. I think they just had to come off, and I think yellow, though, tapped up 1 on the previous one. So I think yellow right now lie 1. They were line 3. It looks as though they tapped up a red to cut themselves down to 1. This is tricky. You know, again, it's if they are shot, I would tend to just say, take my 1, maybe see if you can draw in for 2, but there's a lot of reds up there that you could be tapped up depending on what line you go and actually give a steal away. Or if you even do the worst is hit that yellow out, could be potentially 2 red, but it's hard to see on the angle here if red or yellow is lying shot, because it looks as like both of them are just biting the forefoot. Red shot is away. It looks as though on C, it looks as though they're trying to just do like a angle tap, and it just hits 2 squarely in the nose and goes back. So 1 red on sheet C, 1 red on sheet B, and 1 yellow, I believe, on sheet A. So good starts all around. I mean, close games just in the first end. So we're now going to, I'll do my multi-fuse here as well so I can see that. So we're now on the second end here on well underway on sheet B. Looks like Kristen threw a nice draw around her first guard. So they're currently line. Yellow is currently line 1. Sandy calling for Aaron to draw around that red corner, red center guard to lie 2. And the balloon update. The balloon is currently on sheet C for a tap. Again, very kind of creative, fun part of the spiel here this weekend is that there is a balloon competition. Each draw, there is a certain shot that you've got to make. So I know one of them yesterday was a double takeout. This morning's draw is tap or angle raises into the house. So if you make that shot on your team, you move it across to your sheet. And whatever sheet has that at the end of it, they will get the prize. So the prize, I believe, for this draw is winter glasses. So again, just kind of keeping with the theme, Crystal Snowflake. Fun little aspect to bring in shot making for your team. So red is currently lying 1 here on sheet C. Yellow is just going to tap it up a bit. So they kind of, with hammer, have a little bit of control there that they can angle raise that later on in the game. Red with a really nice hit on sheet B to lie 1. I did not see what Aaron's shot did. It is out of play though, so I'm guessing it must have gone through the house. So they're calling. Sandy is now calling for a hit and roll on sheet B. Sheet C has a nice draw. Looking here, it came up a little bit short, but it's guarding. That's okay actually. So they're guarding shot rock there on C. Aaron's shot is away on B. It's a nice hit. So they're lying shot rock top 12. Wide open, but on sheet A, yellow is hanging around at the back, lying 1 on the back 12. So without hammer. So Dan still got a lot of the house to work with. Red is going to look, ooh. Red just got an inside edge to that rock and is actually sitting 2 now without. So 2 biters, well, like full 12 at the back and a biter at the top, 12 on the right side as I look at it. So skips right. Yellow on sheet B, on sheet A, sorry, just drew another one to the back of the ring. So they are lying 2 without at the back. But again, that kind of plays into Dan now that she has a little bit backing there to kind of come down to if they're a little bit heavy on draws. And there's a nice draw there by Laura, a little bit heavy, but again, Sandy just swept it because I think she was afraid of it sitting just behind top 4 and they could draw down to it. So yellow is now lying shot rock in the back 12 on B. Sorry, we missed a really nice draw on sheet A. So Diane is now lying 1 on the 4-foot. Red has just made a nice hit on that back rock on sheet B, so they're line 3 again. Calling a draw down 2, which I like. Again, there's no point in hitting that back 1 because you're still exposed again, but It's still got 3 rocks remaining. If she kind of comes down and sits on it, looks a little heavy. So now we're probably calling the takeout. It's curling. Aaron is sweeping to try and get it across a little bit. So it's just bumping it out. So it's short rock again, but back 8 this time. Just moving slowly up the house. And we'll be back in 1 second. And I am back and giving updates on the sheets. So we'll start with sheet C, since it's right in front of me. Yellow now look to be lying 3 with hammer. And they're about to throw Vice's rock here, I believe. So their rock is trying to just come and tap up. Looks a little short, but it's okay because it's going to be guarding that kind of pile there. So they're still line 3. On sheet A, it looks as though yellow tapped up a red, and now red are line 2. And then on sheet B, Sandy has a rock. Looks a little toasty. So it just replaces her shot. A little bit closer now. So again, moving slowly up the house. Ice looks really nice and fast, which is a good sign. Sheet A has a rock that's coming down. It might be a tap. Nope, it's got past. Is it going to get in? Might be third shot, but I don't think so. I think the one right at the back is counting. So red are still line 2. Red has, on sheet C, just come down and try to like tap or take out and have line kind of corner frozen on second shot. So they're cut at least down. Right now, yellow's been cut to 2. Takeout is on its way on, and it's a double at the back on sheet B for red. So Sandy now has just is facing 3. So she just, if she knows hits or draws down 2. Yellow has hogged on sheet C, so red actually now has a chance to hit that red there and get double out both those yellows and maybe lie 2. It's a really nice setup. If she hits it just offside nose, the rock that is touching will go. The other rock potentially could go, depending how much weight she throws. And she could hang around and stick for 2. Again, it just all depends on the angle that she hits that first one. I mean, definitely that red there is not going anywhere, so she's got a good chance of getting shot rock out of this if that second rock moves enough. We have first skips rock on sheet A has come up short, so Diane is still lying at least 2 with hammer on sheet A. Sandy's final shot on sheet B, facing 3 with hammer, is just about to happen now. It looks as though that she's calling like a back house, board weight, takeout. Looks a little toasty. Oh, and it flashed. I don't know what they were calling there. They missed the sweep call for sure because it looked outside. It was outside, Rick? Yeah, so they missed the sweep call on sheet B there, and it flashed, and it's a steal of 3 for Cape Cod. So a big swing there on sheet B. Looked a really nice threat stone, just kind of, yeah. It happens. Red did make contact, but it didn't look as though it was either, it might have just touched it, I believe, or it might not be away, but it did roll out, so I think they just hit it out wide. So yellow still lie 2 on sheet C with hammer. Diane's first skips rock is underway on sheet A. She is lying 2. I think they're trying to tap on the top 12 just to get 3. They are sweeping on it. It may be a little light. Kristen is throwing a takeout in B. It looked a little wide at hand, and yes, it is. A little heavy, I think. So Jen Stannard on B is throwing her second shot. She's already sitting top 4. She's looking to go top 12 or even a tight 3 guard, it looks like, but this looks as though it's running. Oh, they're sweeping it. It might be coming up short. No, it is coming up short. It's going to be a nice 2-3 guard, nice 3 guard right in the center line. So really good 2 pair of rocks there from Jen Stannard and Cape Cod. They're 3-1 up and lying 1 protected with hammer. Sorry, without hammer, sorry. Going back to sheet A, I think they're about to throw first over C. Again, both A and C have a lot of rocks in play. This looks a little light on sheet A. Yeah, it's going to hog, unfortunately. So Diane is lying 2, and she has a chance to draw or tap for 3. And then red is away on C, trying to just cut down here. This could be a nice shot if it gets there. It is breaking. It is breaking. Oh, unfortunately, it's a little short. It looked nice out of hands. It's just a little bit wider, maybe a little bit of new path, and it came up short. So C is calling, Cape Cod is calling a tap up to get 3. and take a 3-1 lead. Again, they got 2, so they will be taking a lead regardless. On sheet B, it looks as though the guard that Sandy called just went a little bit heavy and is in the house, so red is calling for the hit. It looks a little bit wide from this angle. They are sweeping now, though, so it must be looking good. Yeah, well, that was actually fine. It was actually calling hit and roll. It's hard to tell from this angle on sheet B, but they had a really nice shot. Again, I have the computer screen in front of me, but I'm also looking out in the ice, so at that point I was looking at the ice, and this looks a nice tap here for 3, so Cape Cod scores a 3 and go 3-1 up, I believe, on sheet C. Yes, 1, 2, yep, 3. Diane's shot is underway on sheet A. Again, it looks as though it's coming up a little bit short, so she will get 2, I think. Yep, 2. So Diane takes a 2-1 lead on sheet A. Cape Cod takes a 3-1 lead on sheet C. And Sandy is 3-1 down on sheet B with hammer. So very similar scores on the 3 sheets. After 2 ends, plenty of curling still left. So sheet C, first lead rocks for yellow, just went through the house. Really nice line, but just a little bit deep, so speed of play is definitely coming up. Sheet A, Diane is calling for a guard. It looks a little bit out wide, although it could be coming nice. Yeah, it finished nicely. Just outside the TV line. Just biting top 12. This could be a nice hit here. It's going to roll out, unfortunately, though, I think. Yep, but clears the house on B. So clear house now on B. Red still have that center guard up, which they will come around, and they've actually got something just on the hog line, which you cannot see from here, but they're just over the hog line. So they still have 2 guards in play that they can use to make it tricky for. We have 2 rocks in play right now that are coming down. We have a red rock that has been swept down the middle. Looks to be a nice guard there from Jane. Might be slightly over curling again, but it guards the biter in the top 12, so it's in a good spot. On sheet C, a takeout actually kind of came a bit short, but is possibly shot for yellow. And red has one in play, but they're calling for a takeout. It's a light handle here on there, so it's really going to start drifting. Here goes the cut. On sheet C, there's a big cut just because there's no rotation, and then that is flashed. It's a really nice line, but again, it's our ice for sure recently. If you just don't throw that rotation, it will cut. This looks like a nice throw here on, oops, sorry, sheet B. Almost buried, like half buried behind the center guard, back 4. So Jennifer's just calling for a rock down to it, bump it out. But it's putting pressure on. This shot is going to clip, but it might jam on the back and definitely roll out. Is it going to jam? It just chips it out. Is it sticking around? It might be a biter. So I think we have a biter on there, but red is rock, shot rock. We have 3 rocks in play right now, all coming down the sheet. So sheet A, they're looking for a takeout. I think it is wide. Sheet B and sheet C, their rocks are almost going to come in the house at the same time. Sheet A is a bump, so sorry, sheet C is a bump. Remove one of those yellows. Let me look at the overhead. I think red's rocks, yellow's too, and then obviously red has a nice angle on that yellow for later with hammer. So that's a nice setup there for red right now. So yellow's going to kind of remove this red. So we're up to Skip's rocks on sheet B. Uh-oh. This could be taking out their own yellow. Is it going to get past? Yellow just took out their own rock on sheet C. Again, I wondered why they were coming that way. That was always the risk if you overcurled. The other way, you had pretty good safety. So red is now line 2 for sure now with hammer. First Skip's rock is on its way on sheet B. Lying 1 against. Takeout. Looking for a hit and roll. Could be on the guard the way that they're sweeping early. It might squeeze past. It's flashing. And, oh, almost hit the red at the back. So Sandy right now should be putting something just, I wouldn't guard it, I would come down to it. Because then you have that hit at the back for later to get that back biter in play. So I would actually call a tap on this yellow. She doesn't want to guard with, I mean, potentially she could, I suppose. You guard, you know that you have that kind of back house hit later for 3, but I'm okay here with Sandy actually going a little bit deeper and coming to top 12 because she would still be in a good spot and she might force the draw on the other side. Back to sheet C. Red is line 2. Yellow is calling for a takeout without hammer. This looks a nice stone on sheet C. It's hanging a little bit. The weight looks really nice. Here it comes now. Is it going to be enough? I think it is, yeah. It was hanging for a while, but it was a nice shot there. Sandy's first shot's away on B. I actually like the weight of this. They're sweeping it, but I think this has got plain, actually going to bump it, which I prefer. Oh, it's heavy, but it's going to bump, and I actually like this. That's okay. I mean, I'm not sure why they're sweeping because they needed to curl a bit. But they are line 2. There is a big jam possibility here for red if they hit on the outside nose. They will jam the yellow back on the red and possibly roll to the 12-foot. And then that would be a hit for 4 for Sandy, so we'll see what happens here. Red for sure want to get on the inside of this yellow rock. If they're on the outside, then there's a big jam possibility. This is a big, here is this jam possibility I was talking about. It is going to jam. So Sandy has a chance for 4 here. So that was the danger for sure of red. And again, that's why shots in the back of the house can come back and hurt you later in the end. When you have to try and get punch shots through a gap, it could be a challenge. Well, we have a balloon movement on A, so they must have done a tap. I'm expecting that balloon at some point to be up in the ceiling over the weekend. We'll see, but it was close yesterday. Looks like a nice draw there, or maybe a takeout. I can't remember if they were taking it with a draw, but yellow line 2, I believe, without hammer on sheet C. Sandy has this little chip out. Now again, it's a tough one again. You're gonna kind of punch it through, not almost hit just off nose to try and not jam it in the back. I mean, even if she does jam it in the back, she would get 1. You definitely, I mean, she gets inside nose on it, jams, but I think she rolls for 1. So there's a good chance of here of her, even a reddish shot rock now, to at least get 1. Signing from, and it's wide on sheet B, unfortunately. So it's another steal of 1. So Cape Cod take a 4-1 lead. Oh, no, sorry. Sorry, 5-0. My mistake. I forgot that they scored with hammer and then stole. So I got that score wrong on B. So it's 5-0 to Cape Cod after 3 ends. So Nutmeg rink on sheet B has a lot of work to do to get back in this game. Still 5 ends. I am back after a short break. Just a few updates. So Sandy got 1 on sheet B, so it's 5-1 now on sheet B. Sheet C and sheet A are just coming to the end of the fourth here. Looks like 2 yellow right now on C. Red has hammer again. And looks like at least 1, possibly 2 for Diane on sheet A. So both C and A are looking to extend their leads.
Somebody was like, we need to get rid of these things we never use or something.
Yeah, I'm like, because I know.
There may be a peeler, but I don't think it's great if there is one. Because I think we had to peel a lot of these. If those ones that are Borny maybe or something. Okay, Danielle, you ready?
So, yeah, I find it frustrating. I've brought in a few things here, like specifically to leave here, so it's easier when I need to do things, and I go to use them and they're gone.
Where's that thing I just got?
Yeah, you know.
All the stuff seems to travel, right? Like it's here and then it's there. I thought you knew exactly where it was.
Wow.
That is a big bowl. For somebody that likes massages as much as you, I feel like this is good. So I told you that like my shoulder hurts and I thought it was from falling down the stairs, but then I found out it was really from laying on the floor, sleeping next to the crib. I was like, oh, I'm surprised I found out what my shoulder hurts. Definitely still freaking.
Okay, final shot is away on A. I think it is at least 1. Possibly 2, I'm not sure. I think just 1. So 5-1, I believe, on A. On B, Sandy is lying shot rock, but red have 2 in play with hammer, so she has to get a guard.
I just laugh at this. They really like saying like that. Everyone's like, where's the berries?
Red is trying to tap up here on sheet C. It's beginning to move. Little heavy. Need to kind of call the sweep early on that and see if it could kind of jam on the back one. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back on the stream, seeing we have a measure on C. I'm not sure for how many.
There's another big.
I'm just like, should we
So I think we have yellow line 2 on B. Attempted takeout here. Oh, celebration of Marianne has brought the vodka into the building. It's a chip shot, but it's not shot, I believe. So yellow still line 1. So Sandy's got a chance, a good chance for a steal here if she gets something up. Top 8. She's going to be careful though. If she doesn't, and then there's a hit, and it could be almost game over. So Diane indeed did steal 1 in the 4th, so she has a 5-1 lead now. Sandy's last skips rock is on its way without hammer after scoring 1 in the 4th. She has a good chance though to put something up here, but big risk if she does miss, leaves a double. There is a potential big end for Cape Cod, which would pretty much be game over. So rock is away on sheet B. I like the look of the wave. It needs to come down a touch still. Still looks as though it's going back house. No, it's okay actually. This actually could be really nice. Down to it, which is fine. I like that. It's very hard now to remove both there, so that's actually, even though she's created a pocket, that is a good spot because it puts pressure on for sure. They're going for the hit, which I'm surprised. I would just draw down here. I mean, if they flash, that's this lets Sandy right back into it. I mean, I don't get the hit because you just have to draw down for your 1. You got backing you on there. You go for the hit for the big end to get the game. You miss it, you let them right back in it. That's why it's. I'm not sure. Still hanging. It's gonna clip and roll though. Steal 1. So 5-2 now on sheet B. I mean, he cut them down. I mean, 5-2 still okay with the lead. Score did not go up yet on C. So no, it did. Sorry. So it's they got 3 in the last end on C. So it's 8-1. Cape Cod against Belfast. So Cape Cod is winning in both C and B, and Nutmeg is winning the North End. So currently, Connecticut against Massachusetts, apart from the one game here, which we have Maine against Massachusetts, but a very New England feel to this event. I'm not sure if there's any other teams outside of New England. So yeah, so Aaron's just reminded me that we have former members, Joanne and JC, who are visiting from Charlotte this weekend. So a joint kind of Charlotte Nutmeg team. So we do have some curlers from outside New England in that Charlotte team. Um, in terms of that, though, we have a couple Broomstones teams. We have 6 Nutmeg teams. I think at least 2 Broomstones. A couple of Cape Cods, Belfast, North End, Norfolk. Very quiet here in the warm room right now. Going to be a very busy day. A lot of curling on the ice. 2 dinner services tonight with the men of Nutmeg serving the ladies. We have Bubba's Brunch coming for brunch today for the event. So really good local food from the one and only Sean Cummings. So we have on sheet B, we have Aaron's shot is away. They are sweeping, trying to get it. I think it's on the guard. But that's okay. I mean, I don't mind it there. You got 2 guards. You can draw something underneath that. I'm looking over my overhead here on. Oh, it's just gonna overcurl. On sheet C, they had like a angle, like a tap up that just overcurled. So red is still line 2. So red's got a chance of getting back in this game. On, let's go to the. We can do this view actually. So I can do all top end ones just now. I will just. Oh no, I can't actually. Sorry, my bad. I will go back. I just want to see what these houses are doing for a second, and I'll go back. So we have 2, I believe, there. Red's line 2, so Dan's leading there, and I'm just going to go back, actually, to all multi-views, because sheet B is ahead. So there we go, sorry. Apologies for sheet B there for a second. I just wanted to see what A was doing, because it's easier seen on the big screen for me, but I have now up there, so that works. There's another red rock on sheet C there, so C is lying 3. They have if they somewhere find a way to punch that back yellow out, they could lie 4 or 5. Yellow, the danger here by yellow is trying to blow it up. They could lose their back yellow and roll out and give even more of a big end. I mean, it's a tough decision what to do. You have a big lead, but again, 4 or 5 ender, and all of a sudden it's 3 ends to go. So this is definitely a crucial end here. You have a takeout call here. I think if they hit a little bit wide of nose, though, the way all those rocks are, that back yellow, depending on what weight it's thrown, could get knocked out there, and you open up that scoring zone a little bit further for red. So let's see what happens here on C. So the shot is away. Looks a little wide. It is moving, but could be a little bit wide. So this could be, if it makes contact, just bumping that yellow out. Okay, so it popped one of those reds out. So going to sheet B, Laura's rock is underway, looking for a takeout. They're sweeping, but it's on the outside, so I'm not sure if they were trying to sweep it over or I would have let that curl. Let's open up the front of the house. Red does have hammer here. I'm not sure what happened on sheet C. They still look to be lying 2 or 1. No, it's still 2, I think. It's close. Definitely 1, maybe 2. There is an angle now on that to bump out that back yellow, though, if they want to kind of get the big end, which is what they should be doing at this point, just risk reward. Erin is in the warm room just with her neck massager ready to go for the day of curling.
Someone from Philadelphia had one, and like at the hotel bar after night, they like everyone was using it, but it was a battery one. It wasn't a good one, so I didn't realize when we were ordering it from Amazon that it was a good one, but it's
So sheet A is now in the 6 hand as well.
I was breastfeeding.
B is in the middle of the 6 hand.
Like I think I thought
Oh, is it gonna get past?
I think I thought like before like the women have a thing in their back from like doing down or whatever.
Doesn't get past, but it opens up the back ones.
The way my milk like produced, it was like if I knew I was full and hadn't pumped yet, my back would like hurt.
So here we go. Yellow. First skips rock for yellow.
Like so you just pull it however much pressure you want, and then there's like I guess there's and then you can
Trying to just draw down to it, I think.
I guess that does
Or maybe an in off this red. It kind of looks more towards that. They got to kind of make the decision up in the house of are they calling it in off into the pile or is it just going to go through? And it just goes through the gap. So if I was red here, I'd be throwing back house weight to tap that red into the yellow, pop it out, and you could potentially be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. You could potentially still lie 6 here, maybe 5 if you hit contact, but I would be throwing back house to hack right here with that broom. It looks to be back house. I mean, you don't have to move that yellow much, but it's still potentially might be a red, yellow kind of pop out. So you need at least back house here. Back 8, don't think is going to move it enough. So red still has a good way of getting back in this game. So red's on it. They're sweeping, which I think it needs to curl on C here. I think it needs to curl. Again, the in off is okay, but I don't think it's. Is it going to do the same thing through the gap? No, it's the in off. Oh, it might have moved actually a shot off.
No, I'm here for the spiel. My daughter's in the spiel, so we play at 11:30 or whenever the next. Oh, sure. But actually, it says women for the men's. Is it safe to go in there?
I would just probably, but I bet you might be the two men.
So, Red, unfortunately, might have just chipped himself out a bit and given a pocket for yellow to come in and really kind of take away that big end, which they have managed to do. So it's one red. Um, they did have that chance for that big end. Now to chance to get two is a little bit tricky. Because even if they nudge now that red onto yellow, that second yellow that just came in is going to be second shot regardless. I'm going to stand up and just going to see from the top. You could throw control at this, inside roll, maybe bump that out. I mean, it's worth the risk. Really, at this point, red's down 8-1. One's not going to get them back in the game. They really need to get it a couple here, so. So it does look like it's takeout weight's being called. It does look as though it's a little bit wide again. They are called the sweep, so yeah, and it is diving. Is it going to get past? If it gets past, this could do some movement for sure. It's past. It is past. It's going to tap, but it's still going to just be for one. I mean, that was the shot they had to do the last end. Sorry, the last shot. So going back to sheet B, yellow is lying one right now. Sandy's second shot is trying to get in for second rock, put a little bit of pressure on them. I think they need to sweep it because it looks a bit narrow. Okay, so red on B is going to get to second, no, still going to be third, fourth shot. 1, 2, 3, fourth shot there. So it's another steal for yellow. So 5-3 now, with 2 to go. Definitely not over yet. It's still obviously in favor because red retains hammer, but Sandy's now in a situation of steal or force and a 3. So steal is the easier pathway because a force and then a 3 is pretty good. To try and get a 3 against this team, I think is going to be pretty tricky. Not impossible. So. Oh, it was 2. Okay. Sheet C, again, it's hard to tell on our overheads. It was pretty close. So red did get 2. So it's 8-3 on sheet C. Again, our overheads are not exact, so they obviously see the angles on the eyes very clear. So we have Diane's first rock on sheet A on the way down. I think just trying to tap up more reds. She is lying 2, I think. It's going to tap up a yellow, but it might tap up into red. It does. So she still stays lying 2 without. Nice looking rock here that's going to just get past the guard on sheet C for them to lie 2. Being a nice spot. I mean, it's open and red's going to hit it. Kristen threw a nice looking guard for first one, it looks like. She's now trying to come around. It looks a little heavy. I don't think they need to sweep. It might come down. Oh, actually looks nice. I'm not sure why. Again, Sandy's trying to bury it. Okay, so it's another one of those ones that Nutmeg on sheet B of kind of getting stuff around the back. Just a little deep, but it's worked out for them the last couple ends, so we will see here. Sheet B is definitely now an interesting game. After being 5-0 down, they have scored with hammer and stole the last 2 ends, and this is cutting here from Jen Standard and kind of opening up the house. So I would ignore that. I would try and go top 4 just in behind. It's a tight port, but you don't want to jam. Yep, that's what she's calling the port, which is the kind of aggressive move, but I like it. You definitely don't want to jam that red back into that yellow, so. So Aaron's first rock is underway on sheet B here. Sweepers are off it, so it might be hanging out a bit. Laura's now forcing it over. Oh, it's going to be nice. This is going to be really nice. Sandy again, she's going to take it a little deep just to make sure it's covered, but here we go. Nutmeg now have 2 at the back of the house, which again, they can fall down, but it's definitely putting pressure on Cape Cod here. They definitely are in this game. Red here on C looks a really nice draw down. It's going to bump the yellow, but they're going to lie shot and just bump it, and Cape Cod's going to have a tough time removing that red. So red have got a slim chance. Not a slim chance. It's a wrong chance. Red have definitely got a chance on C of getting back into this game. I mean, 8-3 right now, but they score a couple again. Definitely will put the pressure on Cape Cod. But again, timing-wise, they might only be getting Simeon because it's 9:55. Sorry, 10:55. I believe is the cutoff point for throwing the first rock in the 8th end. So I think only B are going to do that. So Diane's last rock is underway on sheet A. I think yellow are lying 1 or 2 right now. It's close, but this is going to be a nice hit and roll. For red, I believe now to lie 1 or 2. Again, it's hard to see the angles here. The overhead is way on the other side. I will shut across to Marianne to get an update from sheet A. I have confirmed with Marianne, our sheet A reporter. So she thinks it's 2 red, definitely 1, possibly 2. I get some nods from other curlers over on sheet A that they believe that it is 2. So I will go with the majority, and we'll call it 2 right now for red without. Looking at sheet B, Nutmeg again have a great opportunity for Steel Who because they have so many rocks in play. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 guards in play, and 3 reds all blocking pass.
What's the color assignment there? I didn't see it.
We're not actually doing color assignment. Kristen put these up. I think it was like
I put these up this morning. I think people are playing based on what's up on the sheet.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah. We have not. We were not in.
Okay. Okay. I just was like,
I was wondering if that would happen based on.
I mean, that's what I would do. Yeah. So I heard somebody talking. They're like, oh, we're red again, or we're, you know what I mean? So,
Gotcha.
and I was just like, was there a...
The sheet, the way that the draw works, everyone's generally on.
It's a really nice shot there by red to protect that 1. And again, he got a chance to tap that up and get a couple. I mean, red definitely are on sheet C here, sorry, are
Or Sunday morning.
getting back into it.
This Saturday morning.
Listen, I don't even know where I am right now.
Who am I? What's my name? Okay, that's fine then. I'll just hang them the way I...
So Laura's shot is underway.
Think about that. And
This just needs to, I don't mind the tap here, just a little tap and bump, don't over, but that's going to be nice. Yep, I like that. There is a wall of 4 yellows now, really cutting down those 2 yellows. I will go to Amy, her sheet B correspondent. Amy, sorry. Sheet B correspondent Amy, can you confirm that it is 2 yellow on the overhead? It looks 2 for me. 2 yellow? So again, using my eyes in the warm room, it is 2 yellow. And yellow actually did the work on sheet C for them, and they are potentially, I can look at this one, but it is 3 red right now. So at the moment, red has a fantastic opportunity to get back in this game and really make it an interesting last end. I don't think they're going to get, they got to get to 850 to get the 8th ending, which I don't believe. So if they score 3 here, 8-6, they would have to steal 2 in the 7th to tie it and force Skip's rocks. Sheet B got something in there, but again, has not helped their situation. So there is Sandy has a chance to throw up a guard. She's going the right way. It's basically she can get the guard 2 ways. She can either throw like almost like a corner guard, or if she's a little bit heavy, she can kind of chip that top yellow across and guard it for where she wants to go. So this could be, there's still 4 rocks left, so Sandy gets a good one here. Red could be in a little bit of difficulty. And we had a measure on A that I missed. But we'll see once Patty puts the score up to see where we're at. But I know for sure it was 1 red. It was possibly 2 or 3, I think, at the end. But red are going first, so they definitely scored. Definitely increased the lead a little bit. So here is on sheet B. Here is Sandy's shot. I will just briefly go to our view here just to see what you can see on B, because A is now actually up there. And the rock isn't in play yet on C. I will switch back to that in a second. So here's Sandy's shot. Ooh, it looks heavy and it actually could bump. Don't bump, don't bump. It bumps it in for second shot, but unlucky there. It's okay, it's still one, it's still, I like it there that she could draw around and bump this last one. It's still putting pressure on Cape Cod to maybe go that way and do the job for them. They are kind of looking into a yellow-red race here, which again was always going to be there. Sorry, as I said, I will go back to the full screen so we can actually see what's going on with C now. So this is a big shot here. Looks wide by the vice that I just saw point out, but the weight actually looks okay. It is actually beginning to curl. This is actually going to be fine because they want to hit on the outside. They don't want to hit the nose. I mean, the nose is actually over curled. And still 2 red, so actually that cut them down because it was 3 red. So that cuts red down to 2, which still gets them back in the game. I mean, 3 would be fantastic for red on sheet C, but 2 still gets them back in the game. Yellow still has a shot with hammer to kind of move those granites around. On B, we did not get a promotion, I don't believe. I cannot fully see. No, we did not. So Sandy now has an opportunity here. I'm going to go across to B and I'm going to look at it because I think she can throw back house, control weight, through that port, hit the red, roll in, and lie 3, which she kind of needs to. That really is the shot. She's going for the tap for 2. I will be back 1 second because I want to see an overhead and see what it looks like. So that shot there that I thought would be there for 3 is there, but it's tight. So she's actually going for the more higher percentage shot, which I don't dislike at all. This could be really nice. This could be really nice there by Sandy. Great shot, Sandy Black. So, yellow lie 2 on sheet B. As it stands, if that would be it would be a tie game going into the last without hammer. So we would not get there would not be a last shot draw. It would be whatever happens in the 8th happens. They're at 10:43, so there's 7 minutes left. So they're definitely going to get that 8th end in. Sorry, I missed out what happened on sheet C, but looks like red scored a couple because they're definitely got 1 because they are now throwing. So looks, well, wow, 3 red on A. So Diane is now up 9-1, and this will be the final end. So I can now go to the top view because we have all 3 sheets going towards there, and it just gives you a better understanding of here. So rock is away on sheet B. They're looking for a tap of some sort to try and cut them down to get shot here. They clip the yellow. It is a tie game. So really close game here on B. Really kind of Sandy really stuck in after going 5-0 down after 3. She has now scored in the last 4 ends, stealing in the last 3 to tie the game. So really important here for Kristen to try and get double guard up, which I know she can do. So I will now go back to my 6 houses so we can see what's happening. But we have a tie game on sheet B. So no matter what happens, it's an awesome game that they've come back into it.
And it's a team prize, right? I mean, like, or is it? Because some people have all the same.
Red got 2 in the last on C, so it is 8-5. So a steal of 3 is required for skipped rocks on C, or a steal of 4 wins it. This unfortunately looks a little heavy on B from Kristen. They will hit it, but it's a really nice line. Well, she's calling corner freeze, which I'm not sure. No. Oh wow, they're ignoring it. This is a bold move. They are calling the corner guard, I think, or is she just hitting? Oh no, she's hitting. Sorry, that it was hard to tell with that broom, but I think it's wide. So we will see what happens here. Oh, it's okay. It's good. Again, my angles are tough to see. I'm looking kind of on the ice on that rather than on the monitor. Yep. So Sandy's now got to get her guard up again. She's got to ignore that. Kristen just got to bring her weight down a bit. Even a 2 guard's fine. Gives them hope. Open house here suits Cape Cod. This looks about the same weight. Just slow it down a little. Come on, slow it down. Again, line was great there by Kristen. Just unfortunately, she goes top button rather than a tight 3. But she was both on the center line on both, so if there's a flash here on B, then they can guard it up. I think this time I'm right. It does look wide, but again, nope, they're sweeping. It's going to be fine. It's really cutting. Wow. Really cutting. Okay. Nice shot there. Again, Jen Sandy now line 2. Sandy, yeah, I mean, she has to hit. She's now going to kind of... I mean, freezing down to it would actually be the better play here. The hit just leaves an open hit back. They're then waiting for a miss. This looks a little narrow and maybe a little bit down weight. They could have got it, I think, right? No. I thought it was a bit tight broom. I mean, because you can afford to hit it and roll the other way. Because even if you roll a bit that way, you're still shot rock and makes them go after it. Again, it's just unfortunate. Kristen's first 2 shots were a really nice line, but the ice looked really fast, and she just didn't get her guards up. And it's tricky to steal if you don't have guards. Still 5 rocks left here for Nutmeg, so they can still use red rocks. I mean, if red puts something a little bit short or creates a pocket, then Sandy's got an opportunity to capitalize on that. Going to C. Red has 2 rocks in play, but they are 2nd and 4th shot right now. So, yeah, some B here it did go a little short. They're trying to hit here. Oh, unfortunately, it flashed.
Oh, okay. Thought it was me.
So unfortunately, we got a flash here on B. I mean, I don't think you need to throw takeout weight. Just throw a little back house weight. Just tap it and move it and use that rock. I mean, that rock, if you pushed it to back four, would help you out. Red is looking a really nice shot here to hit to lie two. So red are on sheet C here. Line two could have a chance to lie four if yellow does not do something here.
Hey, how are ya? Trish coming down? Cool.
Sandy is calling a peel on B here, which
Yes, wait, I'm sorry. I call you Trish all the time because your other friend isn't Trish. I know there's two Trishes and a Pam. Oh, that's better. Sorry, Pam. That's okay.
no, she called the peel. That's what she called, Bob. So she's just trying to open up, and looking at that, it's actually okay because again now that's open. They can do the hit and roll behind the corner guard. If this has missed, and use the red guard. I mean,
Well, the last two ends, she got it in there, but the first couple ends, that's why they gave the most points.
the second end was tough. The steal of three was tough in the second end. This is going to get over on B. It is, but I think it's over curled. So here is the opportunity here for Sandy's rink. She can now throw. I would just throw back house here, back house to hack, because you need the roll. Hit it, roll behind those two corners that are now up, and you have the steal opportunity. But it doesn't need to be big weight.
She's sweeping on the left on the B.
Does not need to be big weight. This is close. They're sweeping it.
You want it to roll that way. Unless you're going to double the other one out.
Oh. I mean, it's increased the scoring area. So the scoring area has been increased on B. We are going back to C. Red is line one. Yellow is trying to run back their own yellow into the red, which is looking close. It might slightly over curl and peel out that top red, but it's close. Yep, it peels it out, which is fine. I mean, removing red rocks. They have to get at least three to tie, so they're going to be could be run out rocks. Mr. Nigel Lucas has entered the building.
Oh, there you go. So we did that for you? Yes, I hear you just got accepted. Congratulations.
Well, Dylan played vice for the team with Thomas that won the Neon. So we're slowly getting maybe a
Sheet A, Diane is lying at least one, maybe three. Again, it's hard to tell on these cameras where that far yellow is in relation to the other three reds, but I think it's definitely one.
You're talking on A?
Yeah. I think it's three red. Bob is now my sheet A reporter. He is going to go check on the overhead for me for A. So, Sandy's not out this yet. She just needs the steal. So, there is two red, almost center to corner.
Two red on
2 red on A, confirmed by Bob, our warm room reporter. So if Sandy can get someone here behind these 2 reds, she has got a great chance for a steal because she's going to cut down the scoring area. She's going to put pressure on Cape Cod. And it's going to make these last 4 rocks interesting. So red actually gave yellow Nutmeg an out by putting up those 2 guards when they didn't get them early. So again, we have Craig.
Hey, you brought a fan?
Yeah, came to watch mommy.
How you doing, man?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Who's this?
This is Josephine.
And Josephine is in the house. I thought it was Josephine. I was just going to double check.
That's okay, I can tell.
Here to watch Aaron. Come on, get it pass. Come on, sweep. Make sure it's passed. Oh, it's not. So actually, it's okay. Come on, come on, come on, come on. That's okay. I like that. I mean, it's they gotta hit that. So now they have 3 guards to hang behind. I mean, it's all coming down to Sandy's last rock, but if I was Cape Cod here, I would clear that yellow guard because that is now covering the 4-foot. Again, there is a jam possibility, which I get you don't want to give, but I think you can throw peel on it, and they are now going on it. I mean, that is the right call. You have to get rid of that rock because they could tap it up. They could come around it. We have handshakes on A, so Diane has 1 on A.
Sorry, nice to meet you. My wife is down early. They don't have
This is just going to nose, I think, on B, but again, it's their own rock now that they can run back. So Sandy's now, Sandy basically has to draw. She cannot hit and roll because that's just too much of an open. She's looking at that, but again, she only needs the 1. She only needs 1. If she needed 2, then I get this call, but she's got to draw. She has to get
she's gonna
short rock behind that red guard, and then put pressure for the run back to win the game. I mean,
she's drawing. Looks like she's gonna draw in between them though.
no, she's not. She's gonna. I would take a touch more broom, and I think she has. So we have 2 rocks going the other way. Cape Cod actually still. Sorry. Not Cape Cod. Belfast has a shot here on C for 3, which would then put pressure on the last shot for Cape Cod. And so both these games on B and C are not over yet. Both teams are, but Sandy needs to be shot rock, though, for this game to go to Skip's Rocks. And I think, unfortunately, they're tapping up the reds. So that's going to be handshakes on B, and it's handshakes on C. So, you know what? Great try for the comeback there from Sandy. And again, Belfast did a great job in hanging around in that game. I mean, they were down early, big, 8-1, and had a chance to tie up in the 7th. So I am going to switch off the screen. I am going to do some mopping duty, so our next draw is good to go. But we will be back for our next draw in a little while. So thank you for tuning in. Again, results was Dan Meldowney won on sheet A against North End. Jennifer Stannard got her 1 to win 6-5 on B. And Belfast got run out of rocks on C, and their comeback just was a little bit came a little bit short. But Belfast really hung in there. So Cape Cod advances, wins on 2, and nutmeg on 1.